I'm being dead serious right now. Did we just win? Did we just win the lottery when it comes to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Because we got new leaks, new information on some of the stuff that we're going to be getting in the game, as well as new events, new dynamics. It's just a bunch of stuff for this video game that has not been released up until now. The translations are finally here. Let's go ahead and see exactly what we can expect from this game. The translations go: the one world has been waiting for. Relive the legendary Super Warriors experience. Over a decade later, the epic series took the world by storm is back. It's been too long. The #1 Sparking series, the latest entry, is finally unveiled. The charm of this series is its overwhelming number of playable characters and high level of action and skills reproduced in game. I'm so glad they said that thing about the characters, because a lot of these games, when they first come out with the first one, which this is not really the first one, this is #4, but you know what I'm talking about. This is like the revamp, basically, like resubmergence, the brand new product, and usually they drop like 3 or 4 different characters. I mean, Xenoverse 2 has been getting DLC with added characters that more than likely, if you paid for every single one, you probably paid close to 500 for the entire game, if not more. And so for him to say that, for them to say this about this game, to me it holds great promise. It means that this game is going to have an abundance, a bunch of different characters right off the rip. Maybe some DLC down the line, maybe some expansions, but it's going to have a healthy amount of characters that you can play and replay the game as often and as much as you want. So this is really awesome to hear. The developer's dedication to covering every Dragon Ball character has given players around the world a true becoming the character experience. That is what we want. That is what we want, guys, from this game. That's what this game had that everything else so far has not, and that is that you feel like you are the character. You kind of get submerged in this. I think it's because the way that the camera looks down on you, or the way that you're controlling the character, like very third party, and you're basically able to run around the world or fly around the world, their map, basically do whatever you want and use technique and strategies and tactics, whatever you want, but you feel like you're that character. And that's something that Xenoverse never did, and something that Fighters kind of got close, but still, because of the side scroller type of game that it is, it really didn't hit those notes. Writer Yonezawa recalls the second game, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, which introduced him to the story of Dragon Ball. He's seen the latest trailer in advance, and this game is seriously insane. An overwhelming number of Super Warriors appear, a super dense lineup that will even get fans going. Sparking battles move at super high speed with flight, while maintaining the series' traditional battle systems of rush attacks, blowback pursuits. The fight has evolved into an even speedier and exhilarating 3D Dragon Ball action. Honestly, I think this is going to be like how the intro for Budokai Tenkaichi was, where you see like all these characters in CG flying around, and it just seems so dynamic. Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it was like that, but it never got to that high level fidelity because it isn't, you know, the CG trailer or the intro was completely different than what we were going to get from the actual game itself. Obviously, it always seems the case, but so much time has passed now that usually like these cutscenes or intros, they're usually just gameplay because that's how good the game looks. So this game is going to be looking that good, like that fidelity and the action, the visceralness, everything is going to be there in full display. Like, I can't fucking wait. Sparkling special attacks. A super explosion from Vegeta's Gallic Gun. Has Gallic Gun ever been this flashy before? It boasts massive firepower that sends obstacles like boulders and buildings flying along with the opponent. We can't wait for the day we can use it ourselves. To me, that means 100% right there that everything in the whole map is destructible. I mean, it's already been showcased in the intro, that in the trailer, I mean, that, you know, it's gonna be, you can destroy the planet and have it be very similar how Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was, that you go to a different destroyed version of that planet. But I'm pretty sure before you get to that point with just normal attacks, they're gonna be, you can destroy buildings, cars, you can destroy mountains and everything just with slight attacks. So that's something that is really getting me excited for this game, and like just pumping my adrenaline up to 1,000,000. Sparking transformations. Goku transforms the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan with a look of great spirit. This time around, charging up your ki causes the wind to stir and the weather also changes. Are you serious? This is something that I didn't even think about, to be honest, 'cause it does happen in the anime. In the manga, it happens, it's harder to tell, but in the anime, you can tell when like the weather starts changing and just air and pressure and clouds start swirling. That's when you know you're in it. And for them to not only drop the fact that Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue basically is going to be part of the game, and when you transform into that, the entire weather ecosystem changes during these transformations. I mean, how quick these transformations are going to be, because in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, they were fast. Like, you popped right into one, and that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? So, and what's the difference of power going to be? Like, is there going to be a huge difference in Super Saiyan God? And then when you bump up to Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, they're saying here, but Super Saiyan Blue, like, how big of a gap is that? I'm wondering, like, the gaps between transformations, how powerful are they? The environment that changes with each moment and punch pack production will take your super soldiers experience to even greater heights. Super soldiers, I love that. Super soldiers. So not even just the transformations will get the environment and the weather changing, but also the attacks and everything like that, which is awesome. Characters from Dragon Ball Super will also be playable. More information will be shared in the future. Don't miss it. So we already knew Dragon Ball Super characters were going to be in the game, but this is a lot of information, and I already love the fact that we're getting this amount of value in just the combat systems and an upgrade from Budokai Tenkaichi 3. They're learning from what worked before and what didn't work, and they're going to give us, it seems like, a lot, or at least a healthy amount of characters to play without having to pay for more, which I think that every Dragon Ball Z character, in my opinion, should be playable. And then like a good amount of super characters, and then like they can add DLC for, say, any character in like Heroes, or any character in GT, any character in the manga, and in the movies. Like, they can add DLC for that kind of stuff if they want to. Ideally, I would want every single character that you could possibly imagine in the game being in the game. Like, I hate when it's like piecemeal like this. I don't like it when you have to like choose and you have to pay a little bit extra to get to a certain character, when realistically all these characters should be in this game. But if they're making a second one or a third one, they do have to like add more characters or whatever the case is. So I'm thinking that in this it's going to be DBZ and DBS. Anything else more than likely will be in the second or third game. But let me know what you guys think about this, especially the dynamic weather. What's your take on it? Do you think it's going to be fucking awesome, or you think it's going to be like too quick to notice? Because remember, you're in the middle of battle. Unless when you transform it goes into like a mini cutscene, like, you're going to be vulnerable unless they make you invulnerable when you are transforming, so you can't be hurt. But then somebody can kind of sneak up on you and like wait till you're out of the transformation and your guard is down to like uppercut you or something. So that's something to really take into perspective. Either way, this is great news for everybody. I absolutely love that we're getting this, and I can't wait to see the game. I can't wait to see more news about the game, to be honest with you.
Subscribe for more content or perish.